As Concord, I too am surprised. Well, I suppose why should I be surprised that 10 of the 11 amendments have been ruled out of order? It's the same way. Like you must think of, we're trying to we have our tourism industry and we're trying to reinvigorate it again. And the many good holiday home operators. Okay, we always have cowboys, but vast majority of them. I'm talking about Faroese, Dungarvan, and different holiday homes. But people need to get out and get into the sun and get into the water and get the space. So people are so hard pressed into the pin of the collar. They should be allowed some recognition. So that's why I'm supporting amendment number 3. And as I said, also people who are subletting houses, and let's face it, it's going back to even, I remember people telling me, older people, many of them gone to return on reward now. When they got married, they lived in a room in their parents' house, or someone said to pay either parents, and they rented a room, and we're back there again. Because people can't get into property, they can't afford it. And many of the reasons they can't afford it, in the last year, are direct government actions have prohibited. And not personal to you, Minister, but your actions have directly contributed with the huge costs for people to try and build a house. It's just impossible for a young couple or any kind of a couple to build a house now, because a builder won't give you even a quotation now. Any of the building suppliers won't give you a quotation for more than 3 days, because they're going up by the week. And also, as I said, students are being exploited, and they pay, obviously they pay to their meters and whatever else, but I mean there's no recognition of that. Resolute, as in the amendment, well, resolution dispute, there should be some mechanism there. So this is a feeble attempt by your government in general. When you want to raise something, a tax, whether it be punitive or whether it be normal taxation, it goes up at 12 o'clock that night. But we're here, we are making a big deal, song and dance about this €100, 113 or something. And we're talking about it, and talking about it, and talking about it, and talking about it. Live horse, you get grass. But the people can live. Just the costs of everything is gone mad. So we in the rural independents have looked for a mini budget. That's what's necessary. It's necessary. Because across the board, the price. But this amendment here is a very good amendment, and I compliment Deputy O'Rourke and his colleagues in bringing it forward. So we have to try and deal with this, and the public are expecting us to deal with it. Why are we so slow to react? Why does it take the departmental, organisations months? Here we are, halfway through February nearly. Valentine's weekend coming. I wish everyone a happy Valentine's weekend. And I'm just wait, and when will it come true? And why can't we ever, when this debate is going on forever about different taxes and medical cards and different grants or supports that...
Just, Deputy, I just redirect you to the amendment.
I am, but the amendment is trying and segregate. Why can't we exclude people of huge, enormous incomes? Sure, there must be some way. We're like different when we're back in the Pound Louis day. But now we have computers. So it's the same as the night here that you introduced your colleague, the pub payment. I pleaded with him to do this. Because anybody that's implying anybody now knows that PSI is paid weekly now. And the computer's on the computer, so they could give them to people what they were earning. Students and others were working maybe 2 nights a weekend, were earning 100, maybe 120, and they all end up getting 350. And trying to wean him off it now is like trying to take away the milk from a calf, because he loves it, or she loves the calf. So it was stupid. What happened? They couldn't do it. You could do it. Principal Button will tell you what each employee was earning. It might be a flew around the black market. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people who are legitimate business who are paying people, and we've all kinds of problems now as a result of the pub people and foreign holidays, and many people didn't abuse it, but it was too much. They should get what they were getting. Supports is what we're talking about here, not luxuries. And why can't we separate out? And we all the time get the fact it's too costly, the Department of Social Welfare couldn't do it. Separate out the chaff from the oats. I don't mean that in a bad way. We do that in harvest time. That people don't need it, don't have to get it. Okay, we can say like the payments of businesses, some that got it, they weren't profit, they should pay it back, but not they should expecting their goodwill to pay it back, but it's very hard to get something back that you're giving out. As I said, this is in the amendment, last Councillor, that they would be some mechanism here for dispute resolution, but also for people to. Millionaires don't need this. The €100 anyway is not going to go here and there in people's bills. Across the diesel, the fuel, home heating oil, ESB, you name it, repairs the roof. Your retrofit scheme, we're going to pay $500 up front when it comes in October, I think it's delayed to get an assessment first. They don't have that kind of money. They're on the breadline. They're struggling. You don't seem to get that. So they need the money in the poker, an ish. Now they need it. So I don't know why departments are so cumbersome that they can't engage with people and have a humanitarian and have a human approach. They're not knocking department officials for the sake of knocking, but I'm just saying the system has got so unwieldy. Can't seem to have that flexibility or understanding. And as I said, we're too slow to react. We can react, of course, at budget night to put up everything 12 o'clock, but when we want something to give back to people, it takes months. I don't know when this will happen, but we're already a good number of months away from the budget, and you're looking now at some other support packages. What we need is a mini budget, and let's face it, it's going to happen. Keep denying and denying, put your head in the sand, and I'm not saying you personally, but the government, it's going to happen because the people will starve, as I said yesterday, and they're suffering every which way, and they can't survive, and it's not fair to our people. They don't deserve this. They've gone through 2 years of hell, and they've endured it, and they're resilient people, but part of resilience is wearing thin at the moment, and they're cross, and they're angry, and they're not at all happy.